the Central Bank of Nigeria on Friday, February 5th, it's released a circular that ordered deposit-taking banks and other financial institutions to immediately close accounts transacting in or operating cryptocurrency exchanges, saying such deals are prohibited. 2 days later, Sunday night, the CBN followed that up with a 5-page circular, or rather press release, which was meant to clear up any misconceptions about its decision. A decision the bank said wasn't new and had been in effect since 2017 in the circular on cryptocurrencies it released that year and again in 2018. Also, the CBN is investigating cryptocurrency accounts for fraudulent activities. Joining me to discuss this, we've got a roundtable, starting off, of course, with Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu here with us in Lagos. So welcome, Chika. Senator Iheyen, he's also with us as well in Lagos, President of the Stakeholders in Blockchain Technology Association in Nigeria. And in Nairobi, Kenya, Michael Kioneki Kimani, who is the chairman of the Blockchain Association of Kenya. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Senator, here, let me start with you. What is your reaction to this decision by the central bank? And can you tell us what's changed between the first circular that they put out in 2017 and today? But go ahead with your reaction.
Well, thank you. I have to say that my reaction to this was I was shocked because this is the latest letter from the CBN is quite a different approach from its initial position back in 2017 and even 2018. For many of us, the industry stakeholders in the blockchain space, we expected that after that long gap from 2017 till 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria would have been able to find enough time to review its initial position and see how it will move or shift a bit towards a more collaborative, more developmental, more innovative regulation of the sector. So we are shocked. All of the players in the industry, from crypto traders to crypto exchange owners and crypto wallets as well, we are all shocked. And if you really look at that letter compared to the 2017 letter, there's, of course, a big difference between both. In 2017, there was a prohibition of crypto transactions, but the central bank made it clear that banks and financial institutions would still go ahead to render banking services to crypto traders or crypto exchange owners as long as they comply with know your customer and anti-money laundering policies. And this has been the case since 2017. In 2018, the CBN reminded us that cryptocurrencies are vulnerable to scams, they are not legal tender, stay clear of it. Fine. Now in 2021, CBN has said this is not just an extension of 2017. It's actually a different ballgame. CBN is saying, henceforth, all you bankers and banks and financial institutions do not render banking services to anyone or any entity involved in crypto trading and crypto exchange services. This is a clear, regardless of whether they already comply with AML or anti-money laundering or all of this KYC, anti-terrorism policies. So this is a clear difference from 2017. We do not see it as an extension. It's actually a drastic approach. It's essentially a ban. It's a ban against a ban on banks and financial institutions from rendering services, banking financial services to crypto owners and crypto traders.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Senator. Michael, let me come to you in Nairobi. You experienced the same thing in Kenya, where the Central Bank of Kenya placed this similar ban. And we just had a chart up of peer-to-peer transactions rising. Michael, can you quickly, briefly, if you can, define what peer-to-peer transactions are as we see this spike?
Thank you so much. I'm glad to join this session from Nairobi and share some of our experiences from Nairobi. You're right in pointing out that about 6 or 7 years ago, we went through exactly the same thing. And the chart that you've shared up is a chart showing what happened after the central bank banned banks from offering financial services to crypto companies. So what you have up on your screen is volumes, is a chart showing the number of peer-to-peer transactions that have been happening in Kenya since around 2013. And you can see there's been volumes going up since a place I've indicated with a red arrow, I've indicated Bitpesa. So peer-to-peer transactions really exchanges is an exchange of Bitcoin and fiat money in the form of mobile money, in the form of cash, or in the form of credit card payments between two individuals. Yeah. So if you and I met at a bar somewhere and I handed you some maybe $40,000 in cash, and you handed me one Bitcoin, that would be considered a peer-to-peer transactions. And in Africa right now, we have a lot of platforms that allow people to do this form of peer-to-peer transactions. So what you have up on the screen is a chart showing that the number of peer-to-peer transactions happening in Kenya since the central bank banned financial institutions, the Central Bank of Kenya banned financial institutions from offering financial services to crypto companies, went up drastically since you can see the two arrows, because this was the only channel in which people could access Bitcoin because there was no formal companies that were offering Bitcoin. Yeah.
Thank you. And Michael, just real quick, before I come to Chika Mbonu, yes or no, do you see that repeating itself in Nigeria with what's happened here? Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
Thank you, Michael. Chika
Same thing
Mbonu.
by orders of magnitude.
And thank you for that. Chika, the rationale of the central bank, please, your response.
Quick ones. You know that central bank didn't ban Bitcoin trading.
Right.
What I've said is that the financial system, from the banking system in Nigeria, comprising the banks, deposit collection banks, and all the people in the chain, will not settle, transact in Bitcoins transactions again. And the reason they've given is because of the impact on the financial stability, because of the inherent issues associated with Bitcoin. Now, let's put it this way. The advantages of Bitcoin, or the pluses of Bitcoin, like the strength it comes with, which include anonymity, the difficulty to track the transactions, and the lack of control, are the things that cause problems for it in the conventional banking system. Now, what we have done, just like we normally do in this program, is to go through the whole process and try to get a balance on the whole issue and look at the impact of the CBN action. We've gone through several countries in the world to look at how they have responded to Bitcoin. And I can classify them into about 3 or 4 groups. The first one is those who have outrightly banned Bitcoin transactions. They call it illegal. In their country, you cannot do it.
Yes.
The second one are those who have said it's legal. But I'll come back to that. Then those who have said it's legal, but bank ban. So the Central Bank of Nigeria is actually in a good company.
Okay.
Because there are countries in the world who have said, we allow you to trade, but our banking system will not support you.
Right.
Including Canada, Saudi Arabia, and so many other countries. And they have their reasons. Now, even countries that have said it's legal, they've always added a proviso that because of the fact that, please, our citizens, be careful so you don't lose money. And then even the European Union, the G7, everybody has said each time the trading cryptocurrency is mentioned, is only associated with this is a new route that people who want to do bad to the world have chosen. And so that's better. So we have to put that in a box. Now, I keep saying, and over this weekend, this is what is coming, that the cryptocurrency is still a black box. It's still evolving. It's not what everybody has, the knowledge is still out there. It's not very complete. So you will find that Central Bank of Nigeria, for example, responded in 2017, and as the knowledge is increasing, they responded again in 2021. And that's what has happened. And so our system, 2009 and 2008, 2009, the banking system suffered from a financial crisis arising from exotic products, financial derivatives. And then you know what caused that. Now, CBN is saying that, what happens in the boys' quarters, the fire in the boys' quarters may affect the main house. That we, CBN strength is to protect the financial stability of Nigeria, which is still, trying to get strong.
Yes.
And anything that shakes it will hurt the whole financial system. For example, assuming banks are trading in Bitcoin, and you see how the vagaries of the price have been moving, and the banks took the depositors' funds to invest in Bitcoins, what will happen? Assuming banks lend to Bitcoin houses, and they collapse, what will happen? And so the anonymity of the Bitcoin transaction, the fact that there's no lack of, can't track it, those which are the strengths of Bitcoin are the things that hurt Bitcoin case in the banking system. And so I say that our central bank is not alone. There are other first-class countries who have said, we accept you to trade in our Bitcoin. However, our banking system will not support you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Chika. Okay, we've only got a few minutes left. Senator, I want to come back to you. What happens next at this point? Briefly, if you can, what is the next step with where we are as in analyzing the situation? What's the next step at this point?
Well, at this time, what we're looking at, considering that the CBN approach is quite a drastic one, if you ask me, a ban on provision of banking services to this set of entities and persons transacting in cryptocurrencies, it's quite an overwhelming thing for many players in the industry. And in the follow-up letter that the CBN has also published after its initial one, it has explained some of the issues or risks or threats that it is trying to mitigate or protect against. Now, going forward, what we as industry players would want to suggest to the CBN is that in every technology, there are usually risks and opportunities. There are threats and there are strengths about them. We as industry players, we're very open to having that discussion with our regulators about their concerns. We think that while it is great to protect consumers and ensure investment safety, we also think that regulation should not stifle innovation in such a way that, in essence, crypto industry that is just coming up is totally destroyed.
Great stuff, Senator. Michael, well, real quick, briefly, what's next? I mean, using what's been happening in Kenya in less than a minute, if you can, Michael.
Yeah, I think what's next is you're definitely going to see a lot more peer-to-peer transactions. I think those charts, Nigerians should be tracking those charts to see how much more volumes are moving into peer-to-peer. In Kenya, we are trying to let the authorities know that if they don't respond to this soon enough, those volumes will only keep growing. But there's been some effort in Nairobi to set up a sandbox under the Capital Markets Authority, and we are trying to help some of the companies here get into that sandbox as a way to find a mutual ground between the central bank, the Treasury, the Capital Markets Authority, and some of the industry players in Kenya.
Thank you, Michael. Senator Iheyen, President, Stakeholders in the Blockchain and Technology Association. Michael Kimani, Chairman, Blockchain Association of Kenya. Chika Mbonu, Arise Business Analyst. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate the conversation.